So you've got these two guitars here, friends. This is right here on the corner, and you can see that's Elvis, and he's down at the end of the lonely street at Heartbreak Hotel. So I'm going to take you now where Elvis recorded that iconic song, Heartbreak Hotel. So friends, right here in this empty parking lot, history was made. Heartbreak Hotel was recorded at the studio that stood right here, which was RCA's original studio. I'm going to show you a picture. This is what the studio looked like, and there's going to be so much reflection that I'll put up. It's overcast today, but I'll put up the actual picture. But if you look in the background of this picture over to that side, you will see that building that is still standing right there. In fact, if you look at the downspouts on the side of the building just to the left of that arch, you'll see the downspout. You can't see it because of the trees, but I'm gonna walk over here and let you see that downspout that you see in that picture. You can see that it is right there, clearly, right there on the side of the building. And that is the downspout that you see in that picture just to the left of the arch. That was the original RCA building, and Heartbreak Hotel, among other Elvis records, were recorded right here. And it is now a parking lot, friends. What a shame, what a shame, what a shame. Elvis's first #1 record was recorded right here, and it is a parking lot today. And Scotty had a tape duplication shop on this same street later that he opened in 1976. And I have some old footage of that on VHS that I'm trying to recover. My regular VCR wouldn't recover it. It looks terrible. But hopefully I can recover that footage, and I'll show you what it looked like. And to be honest with you, I can't remember where it was here on McGavick. It's been so long since I've been there, but I believe that it was beside that. I believe it was here. It was called the Monument Building because Monument Records was in that building as well. So I'll do some research on that. I could not find an address on that, so I'm gonna have to do some more research. Stay tuned, friends. By the way, tighten up every chance you get. Right there, friends, Heartbreak Hotel. And if you want some landmarks to know how to come see this, you see the Off-Broadway Shoes sign. That is the New Cadence Apartments. This is the Toyota Parts Department. It's directly across from Toyota Parts, next to Beeman Rental. You see that? So that building right there is some kind of express maintenance building. Beeman Rental is there. Toyota Parts is directly across the street from the parts place. And that is what we would call Music Row, the beginning of it, where you go up. That's Demonbreun Street right over there. All these apartments are brand new. All this stuff has just been built. You can see they're everywhere down here. And I will look to see what businesses, what record companies and stuff were in this building. Ever since I've lived in Nashville, and even before, this is 50 Music Square West. Even before, I recall coming here and looking around. It says that this was built in 1974 by the Jordanaires. Established 1974 by the Jordanaires. Very interesting right there, friends. Of course, we know that the Jordanaires were with Elvis. It's what made them ultra famous. So this was the Jordanaires building. So friends, I am behind world famous RCA Studio B. This is Studio B. This is behind Studio A, and you can see I've got the Gray Ghost with me. And this is the second time that I've come down here to film, and you can see the wind is blowing and storms are trying to come up. This is the second time storms have tried to come and the wind was blowing. So forgive the audio. But I wanted to show you a couple of things, some interesting things. I'm going to show you a picture. I'm not going to hold it up on my phone, but I'm going to show you a picture of this wall right here with Elvis and his entourage walking. And you'll be able to see this right here in the picture. Now, things obviously change over the years. These air conditioner vents and stuff were not here. This was the sidewalk that they used. This was grass all the way up to here, and you can see those two electrical boxes with that connector between them. I'm going to show you the picture right now. And this was the door they would enter in. They would actually park right here, and I'm going to show you a picture of that. See if you can get this, and you see Elvis there, and you see the staircase behind him over the guy's head that he's talking to. There's the staircase right there, friends. See it right there? So if you look right there, you see the staircase, and there it is right there. So it all happened right here behind RCA Studio B, and I'm going to show you several more pictures, but they would park right here. This was grass. That was actually the entrance. You would step up on that. These air conditioner units were not here at the time, and they would go through that door right there. That was the entry door, the way they got into Studio B to record. Right here, friends. It happened right here. Staircase, and you could see there was a vehicle parked to Elvis's back, and the vehicle would have been parked right over there. And that's 27 Music Square East back there. There's the picture right there. You can see the staircase clear as day, and there it is. That's what it looks like now. That's what it looked like then, friends. And we'll talk about all the great things that happened in this studio, which was Chet Atkins' studio. A lot of stuff happened here, friends. And at one time, this building, RCA Studio A, was in danger of being sold and torn down. But I think it's been saved at this point. So friends, let's talk about the how these studios came about. You can see that is Studio A. And what happened was they had so much success with Heartbreak Hotel that gave them the clout and the money that they needed to build Studio B first. So that was the new studio after Heartbreak Hotel that they used for years. And then they built Studio A and called the old studio Studio B. So it in fact was not Studio B back when Elvis first started recording there, and I'll show you how close we are to downtown from that studio. Just want you to get a feel for how it looks. That building right there, which is iconic down here on Music Row, is actually empty, and I hope they're remodeling it. It appears to be, but you can see there's a window out right there. They may be gutting it to tear it down. I don't know the answer. I actually worked in that building for a period of time. But this is the back of Studio B. So we're going to walk out here to the edge of the road. See what it looks like from the other side, friends. And I won't shoot it today, but at some point I plan on shooting inside Studio B. But there it is. So you could see where it's at as opposed to Studio A, which is on the far side. That's the building. And I've got an old picture of what it looked like back in the day, and we'll do a comparison right here. I'll put that picture up, and it's very, very similar, and you can see in that other picture that the sidewalk wasn't here at that time. So a lot of little things like that have changed over the years, but that's where it happened at right there, friends. Elvis would come here, go in that back door, and make magic right there with Chet Atkins and the fellas. So RCA Studio B, which wasn't called B at the time, opened in 1957, which was just a year after they recorded Heartbreak Hotel. Some of the other people that recorded there would be Eddie Arnold, Dolly Parton, Waylon Jennings, Grandpa Jones, Charlie Pride, Boots Randolph, Roy Orbison, Charlie McCoy, Hank Snow, Connie Smith, Ernest Tubb, Porter Wagner, Dottie West, Boots Randolph. I mean, just a grocery list. Don Gibson, just an amazing place. And the Studio A was not a regular studio. They did mastering in there, and it was offices and that kind of stuff. And as I mentioned, it was in danger of actually being torn down recently, but I think that all got handled, and it's not in danger. But that is RCA Victor Studio B right there, friends, that most of Elvis's hits after the Sun years were recorded there up until the American Sound Studios ones that we talked about, and then some after that. So friends, this right here is 30 Music Square West. You can see the 30 right here on the front of the building. This is RCA Studio A is what they call that, and you can even see there's an RCA dog right there in that window. Right there. But this is RCA Studio A. Now this was not the original RCA building. They built this. I'll take you to where the original was, which is torn down now. But this is the main RCA building. That down there on the corner is RCA Studio B, which was Chet Atkins' studio. Elvis has a lot of history in that studio, and we're going to look at the studio and talk about it. Stay tuned, friends. And this is what it looks like down here. I'm down here on a holiday weekend or holiday day where most people are not working, so there's not going to be many cars and stuff down here, and I did that with intent. So this is what it looks like, and this is a one-way street that goes that way. Then you can cross over and go back. So this is Music Square West, number 30. So friends, now you know the story of the original RCA studio that is now gone. RCA Studio B, which was the new studio in 1957, and then RCA Studio A, which became the mastering studio and offices, and then Studio B became the main recording studio, run by none other than Chet Atkins. What do you think about that? Amazing place. I was unable to, they do not allow video inside. I tried, this thing is run by the Country Music Hall of Fame now. That's where the tours come from. And I tried to get them to let me film inside, and they would not allow it. I have been in before, years and years ago, but did not take a camera, unfortunately. So it's one of those things, friends. There you have it. And I'm going to fly around a little bit. And, of course, I'm just playing with the drone, with the glory, and flying around. So there you have it, friends. Thank you for watching, and tighten up every chance you get. So, friends, I'm here filming at RCA Studio B again, and I wanted to show you something. I had my video almost finished, and Ashley Drew, one of my fabulous researchers, came up with this picture and said, you know what, you can't do this story without this, and she's right. So what we're going to do is look at this building right here, and I want you to look at this picture right here. That is Elvis in June of 1958, June 10th to be exact, and that is the building right there, friends. You look at that. Now look at this, and you see those white blocks that are behind. Now they've got bushes over it, but we're going to walk over there and look. That is the actual building. That is the picture. That is the building. It happened right here, friends. He was on his way to RCA Studio B. Boom. There's another one. Let's walk over and take a look. Look-see. So you see in the picture, there's no bushes right here, but you'll be able to see in a moment that the white blocks that you see right there are all right there. Yes, they are. In fact, that window that you see right there is that window right there. And that's where it happened at. That's RCA Studio B, RCA Studio A right there. So friends, on this day, it was June 10th, 1958, Elvis stopped by. He was on leave from the military. He was Private Elvis Presley at the time. He recorded I Need Your Love Tonight, A Big Hunk of Love, Ain't That Lovin' You, Baby, and A Fool Such As I. Now and then, there's a fool such as I. I love that song. Pardon me if I'm sentimental. Love that song. Anyway, that is what happened on this day, and it happened literally right there, friends. And I am glad that this came through. I was not aware of this picture, just being honest. And I sent it to my crack team, and they watched the video and said, you know what, you left this picture out. And they were exactly right. So that's a hats off to Ashley Drew. And she's the one that knew about this picture and knew the details of it. And so there you have it, friends. So a few more little details. Elvis was inducted into the Army March the 24th, 1958, and the press actually called that Black Monday. They dubbed it Black Monday because of Presley being in. And this picture that you see is just after he completed basic training and his regular training stuff. He had just gotten out. So this is where he came when he got out. And you got to consider that he was thinking that his career was over at this point, because he was going to be out of the public eye for a couple of years. So I'm sure he was nervous about that. The other thing to think about is just a hair over 2 months after this picture was taken, this particular thing, his mom passed away, Gladys, on August the 14th. So a lot of things were going on with young Elvis, Private Elvis Presley at this time. And so you know a little bit more. There you go, friends. It all happened right there. Tighten up every chance you get.